good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, SWV Music. So guys, love is in the air again on the O'Shea Duke Jackson channel. And it involves our favorite married couple, Steph Curry and Ayesha Curry. Now, we've talked about, problematic couples here on this channel. Tiffany Haddish and Common. Stop the show. Rest in peace. There's Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. There's Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. But I think that Steph Curry and Ayesha Curry always get the most views on this channel. And that is because the story broke that Ayesha Curry has side dudes. Booty clapping sounds! And Steph Curry has side biatches. Booty clapping sound! But yeah, we don't really know how true that is, but it seems to be very accurate. And they've been married for quite some time. Got married young. They have 3 wonderful children. But the issue that we've been seeing now is that Steph Curry has been in a terrible shooting slump. And ever since that story has dropped, he can't really drop no buckets. He had a terrible shooting night against the Mavericks the other day. And even the fans are getting pissed off. Like, look at this comment here. Sad music. Whoever leaked that Steph Ayesha open relationship, BS, your mom's a ho. The next one goes, sad music. Ayesha ruined Steph's career by telling the world she been cooking it. Angry music.
Steph has been playing awful ever since the news came out that he and Ayesha have an open relationship.
Now, there are other quotes. We'll just deal with those. And I kind of want to talk about this because, you guys, this is the manosphere. And 2022 has to be the year of accountability. And I've dealt with women, even the last 6 or 7 years, where being with them has been completely miserable. Now, I won't say that I didn't contribute to some of that, because there's always human error, and there's error on the men's side. I can do things differently after reflecting on those relationships. But for the majority of those ladies, I felt that it wasn't really a good fit for me. But, I was trying to work it out. And when you're trying to work things out, especially if you've lost your position of strength, which is what happens in most relationships, is when you start, failing the shit tests and you start, having problems, you're not in the masculine frame, and then you kind of let things go. And then it just gets to so bad that, you're miserable every day. The love stops, she loses attraction for you. All those things start to happen. Your performance can start to deteriorate. I've experienced a recent death of Kim the Comic here on YouTube, and for a few days that affected me. I couldn't really work, I couldn't really do anything. I was just bothered, and that's a different type of experience. But if you're living with somebody and the pressures of the world as an athlete, it could affect you. Now, I don't think that's the situation that's happening with him. He's been in the NBA. I think that, shots are just not falling, which is what I believe. It happens all the time. Some shooters, even the best ones, have slumps. They have bad games. And that's probably what's going on with him. He'll be back to, the perfect form. But I want to talk to the average guy out there who your relationship that you're having with your friends or your family or your women is affecting your everyday life. You can't function. You're not happy anymore. You can't do the things that you need to do. A lot of men are like that. You're in relationships with people that you're affected by it and your productivity has declined. There's things that you can do. All right. The first thing that you can do if you can't resolve the issue, and I know it's so easy in the manosphere to say, well, kick her out. And I love to do that, right? But if you have children, you got money tied up, you got investments tied up, and you're going to these little BS relationship counselors. If you can't get your position of strength back, and you can't, let's say, work things out in the relationship, maybe you're not dating her enough, I don't know, right? After you've done everything that you can do, and it's still no results, that person has to go. I don't care what it is. Friends, family, when your productivity starts to decline, they have to go. End of story. Because as a man, especially as a black man, it's about you. Okay? It's all about you. One thing I like about women, when they're in relationships, they care about how they feel. Don't matter if they don't even like you no more. Like sometimes you can have a girl that fall in love with you and you be begging her to come back and she really want to be with you and all that stuff. It doesn't even matter how you feel at that point. Like if she don't like you, it don't even matter. And she just gonna leave you alone. Like once she lose attraction for you, it's over, right? And it's about time that you start to feel that way about yourself. Many men out here are productivity is declining. You're stuck in a bad relationship. Sometimes you can't even get out of bed. You know, you don't have the mental health. You're not helping yourself. You're not putting yourself in a position to do better. And sometimes that might be joining certain men's groups. It might be joining certain extracurricular activities. It might be doing something to get your mind off what's going on. It might be moving back into your mom's house. It might be going backwards so you can go forwards in the future. And you have to, you can't stop your own progress. This is what men have to understand. You don't have to take stuff that stops your productivity, especially African American men. And this is the reason why we have the Celebrity Junk. I have this channel because a lot of black men need to understand that how you feel is important. Black men's mental health is important. Your productivity is important because it's all you got. If your productivity is falling, there's not a lot of safe spaces for men where companies say, well, hey, I'm not performing very well. Companies be like, look, you can't perform, you're out. Now, it might be a little bit better right now because COVID is there and, companies are taking a little bit more off of, workers who are terrible. But take that time out to get yourself right. Get them out of there eventually after you've done what you can, because you producing is going to be better. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. When you let that person go or those friends go, you'll miss them at a certain time. But I want you to remember one thing. Remember all the bad stuff they did. Because when we miss people, we typically remember all the good stuff they did. Remember the bad stuff. All right? Remember how they made your life miserable. Remember how they took advantage of your niceness. Remember that. Remember how difficult it was to get along with them. And then track your progression on how good your life is doing right now. Like I had one girlfriend. When I met her, I had like a certain amount of money in my account. 6 months after she left, it was like double or triple that I had. Everything for me had gotten better. All right. Now, I wasn't to say that she wasn't a bad person or I didn't make mistakes, because it's not the truth, but the compatibility thing for me, I'm still doing better. My life is on a better journey now than without her. And if I can compare that to the girls I was dealing with like 10 years ago. And that's how you measure your progression, And Steph, he's in no position to leave her right now. I mean, because he got young kids, she gonna get a lot of money, and he got to deal with it. But for guys like you who don't have those issues, if you're not married to somebody and you got kids, you don't have kids with them, and if your productivity is declining, you're still with them, what's wrong with you? There's a lot of life to live, bro. Get her out of there right now. You can do better than that eventually, if not right now. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first one at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.